Getting you the evidence you need to bust a cheater. This is Dave Ryan's War of the Roses, 101.3 KDWB.
We're talking to Abby on War of the Roses and kind of trying to get the gist of how she met this guy. And it's kind of a cool story.
Yeah, kind of like something you would see in a movie.
Well, it kind of is. It's like, I mean, it's kind of cool. And I'll let Abby tell the story and why you're on War of the Roses. Hi, Abby.
Hi, guys.
Hi. So we got your email. Tell us how you met Michael and why you're on War of the Roses today.
I was on a date, and it was not going well. It was awful. We weren't talking at all. It was super awkward. There was just no chemistry. It was, like, brutal.
So where are you on this date? During this date, where are you?
We were at dinner.
Okay. And so one of those dates where you thought you'd have some chemistry, you thought you'd get along, and nothing in common. Were you checking your phone a lot?
Yep. I was doing, like, everything. I was trying to be polite and not do that, but, like, it just, by the time, like, when we were waiting for our entrees, like, we'd have an appetizer, like, even by then, it was like...
Sometimes like, you just know.
Here's how you know when the date's going badly. If the server comes to you the first time and you already know what you want to eat, that means you didn't have anything to talk about. You looked at the menu right away.
Oh, my God.
But if the server comes back 3 times and says, "Are you ready yet?" You're like, "Oh, I'm sorry, we haven't even looked yet." Then you know it's going well.
Unless you have known the whole time and that other person keeps telling the waiter to come back and nothing's more infuriating. I'm like, just look at the menu already.
My wife does that. It's like, I want to eat.
I know. I had no people that do that. I'm like,
I have the worst dates with my wife. All right. Okay, so you're on the bad date. What happens then?
So the guy I was on the date with got up to go to the restroom, and this guy comes over, Michael, and he is like, "Hey, I can tell you're having a terrible time on this date. He's being an idiot. Come away with me. Come right now. Like, I'll pay for it. I'll leave some money on the table. Like, let's get out of here. Just do it." And I was like, "What?"
Yeah, I mean, that'd be like a stranger comes up to you. And basically, he'd been watching. So what'd you do?
Yeah. Well, he was super handsome and charming, and I just kind of was like, what the heck? So I did it. So he threw a couple 20s on the table, and I left while the date was in the bathroom.
Okay.
You're braver than I am. I'd be like,
okay, so what happens then? I mean, where do you go? What do you do?
So we went out into the parking lot, and he introduced himself, and he had this, like, super nice car. It's this, like, brand new BMW, and he took me to Redstone for a drink. He's like, "Come have a drink with me." I was kind of like, okay. And we got there, and, like, he knew all the bartenders. A bunch of his friends were there. He was so charming. We had a great time. Like, it was just awesome. And I was so just kind of like, oh, my God, knight in shining armor. Like, he saved me from the terrible date, and now I'm on this date with this guy, and I don't know him. But, like, we had really, really great time.
And so he's the kind of guy. So I'm just trying to picture. You're at Redstone, and he's like, "Hey," to the people. Like, he knows the bartender, he knows the servers, and
and some of his friends were there.
Okay,
like,
I gotcha.
Yeah, just a charmer. You know, like the kind of guy everybody seemed to really like him. Like, he just seemed like a really like stand-up guy.
Okay.
And then he took me home. He gave me a kiss, and that was that. So I called him on Saturday.
Oh, so you got his phone number?
Pick up.
So you got his phone number?
Yeah, I got his number.
Okay.
All right.
And he didn't pick up, and then I tried again on Saturday night just because I was like, hey, I want to see you, like, let's hang out. And then I didn't hear, and then I checked in on Sunday, texted him, and he didn't respond. And then I finally heard from him on Monday, and he said he's been out of town or something, and I was like, okay, great. And then we went on a second date Monday night. We went and got drinks. I was like, listen, I just really want to see you again, I owe you. Since you saved me from that terrible date, like, let me take you out,
So at this point, you're kind of smitten with this guy. I mean, it sounds to me...
He swept her off her feet.
He kind of swept you off your feet. So you went from not knowing the guy at, say, 9 o'clock on Friday, but by 11 o'clock, you're kind of smitten with this guy already because you called him all weekend.
Yeah, I mean, it was like the most romantic thing in the world.
Okay, I get it. Okay.
He's handsome and charming. I mean, he's...
I get it. No, he's one of those people that's... I know the kind of person you're talking about. They're instantly friends with everyone. Like Steve.
Yeah.
Mr. Charming.
He is charming.
Instantly friends with everyone. Okay.
And then he also loses his friends instantly after that moment by offending them.
Yes, exactly.
So
right.
it goes as a quick cycle of friendship with Steve.
So you go to drinks and
The drinks on Monday.
drinks on Monday.
And it went great. And then so we were talking about where he worked and stuff. So I thought it would be really nice. So like on Thursday, I brought him lunch and just like popped by. Like we don't work all that far from each other. And I was like, oh, that'll be like a nice surprise.
So you surprised him at work with lunch.
Some people will be totally fine with that. Some people think that's too soon.
Bad move. I'm going to say bad move that soon.
Okay.
Yeah. I don't know why it's a bad move that soon. And some people would say, no, it's not. But at that point in your email, that's when he got kind of quiet.
Yeah, it felt different. Like, he still responds to my text, but, like, it just doesn't seem as friendly, and, like,
Okay.
It's just kind of, like, cooled off.
We'll call him and we'll see whether he's interested enough to send roses to you, okay?
Okay.
Hello? Hello?
Hi.
Hi, is this Michael?
Yeah?
Okay. Michael, thank you for your time today. Now we'll get right to the dozen long-stem romantic roses as we promised. What we do is we send those out today, so I'll just have to get a little bit of information from you if you have a quick minute. I need the first and last name for the person you would like us to send the roses to.
Can you send them to Jamie? I can spell that.
Yes, please do.
It's Jamie, Jamie.
Okay, wonderful. And you can attach a card, like a little note to the flowers if you would like. What would you like that to say?
Just thinking about you.
Okay.
Interesting. Very interesting. Hey, Michael. Hey, how are you?
Fine. Hello? Yeah.
Michael, this is the weird part of War of the Roses every week when we tell you what's really going on, because as it turns out, we're not your cable company. We're some DJs over at KDWB on the radio, and we were wondering who you would, if you could, send roses to somebody, who you would send roses to. And that's cool that you sent them to Jamie. And that's awesome. And we're just curious, and it's none of our business, and you can hang up anytime if you want to, but I'm a little bit curious. Who is Jamie, your wife, or is that your girlfriend, or who is Jamie?
She is a girl I've been seeing off and on. She lives in Kansas City.
Do we send flowers all the way to Kansas City?
I believe they go anywhere into the continental U.S.
Anywhere in the continental United States.
Yes.
Okay, gotcha. Okay, so the reason I ask, and that's cool, I mean, that's awesome, and I hope that she loves the flowers, but there are no flowers, but the
maybe not the most awesome thing.
What's that?
It's not the most awesome thing, because we were hoping that you would maybe send them to our good friend Abby.
Yeah. Well, there's a girl named Abby who's listening in on the phone right now, and Abby called us, and Abby told us the story
Of how you met.
of how you guys met.
Which is extremely romantic.
Okay, Abby, say hi so he knows that we're not pulling his leg here.
Hi, Michael. How's it going?
Fine. It's pretty strange.
It was a little strange. Well, let me explain. Abby was telling us the story about how you met and how you came over to her table. You remember that night, how you met just like recently, and you remember that night. How did you meet Abby?
I saw her at a restaurant, and it looked like she was having a bad time. I sort of couldn't help but notice that she was on some sort of date, and she seemed upset. And I said, "Hey, it looks like you're having a bad time. Do you want to come hang out and have fun somewhere else?" And I told her I'd take her to Redstone, and she knew what that was, and we ran and had drinks and had a good time because I just felt terrible for this person, for Abby.
I think that's the most interesting thing about this is that what would most people, not to interrupt you, but I do that all the time.
No, it's okay.
Is that I think it's so interesting that you were either kind enough or nervy enough or
Oh, God. No one would
outgoing
do
enough
that.
to go over to a woman who looks like she's having a bad time and say, leave with me. I can tell you're not having fun. And you were actually, you were kind enough. How much money did you throw on the table?
I think it was a couple of 20s, you know.
Okay,
and
so a generous amount, I suppose.
Look, the average person's going to sit there and be like, oh, look at that couple. They're miserable. And just watch them and talk back
Right.
and forth about it.
But then, okay, so let me kind of bring you up to date. Then you remember that weekend she called you and texted you probably, what do you say, Abby, 5-6 times over the weekend?
Yeah, like maybe 4 times.
Okay, 4 times over the weekend. And then you went out, and the night you met her, you gave her a kiss on the cheek, and then she brought you lunch, I think that Thursday at your work. And since then, she hasn't really heard much from you, and she was just wondering if you're seeing somebody else. Because can I tell him, Abby?
Yeah.
She likes you. She likes you.
She's smitten.
She is smitten with you, and she's kind of hoping that there's maybe a chance for you guys to hang out a little more.
I mean, look, I'm flattered. I am. I feel that. I feel like I may have given you the wrong idea or something. You know, I maybe it seems brave or bold or cavalier to go up to someone and say, looks like you're having a bad time. Let me take you away. But I was really just trying to be a nice guy. I'm a good Samaritan, I guess. You know, I've been in that situation before, and I feel like I maybe, I don't know, I led you down the wrong path or something. I mean, the other thing, I guess, if I'm being straightforward, is like, you know, right away after us having, you know, a fun evening, all of a sudden she's adding my friends on Facebook and she's bringing me lunch at work, and, you know, it's...
Oh, Abby, you didn't tell us you added his friends on Facebook. Did you add his friends on Facebook?
Oh, well, yeah, but we met at that bar. It wasn't like totally.
Oh,
I was
okay.
just excited.
At least you found out now. I mean, I know you're smitten, but it's only been a couple of dates, and it's better to find out now than...
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, I guess I went overboard. I feel really stupid. Okay, well, thank you for finding out for me. Michael, if I text you, will you text me back?
Of course.